Can you imagine a Philadelphia Eagles offseason like no other? A whirlwind of tough choices, potential blockbuster moves, and uncertainty surrounding one of the team's biggest stars. This isn't just speculation. Insiders are hinting at seismic shifts that could reshape the team heading into 2026. And trust me, fans, you're not going to want to miss a single moment of what's coming. Before we dive into all the explosive details, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video so you never miss another deep dive into the Eagles' latest moves. Now let's get into it. The energy here in Indianapolis is electric. You can feel the tension, the anticipation, and the weight of the decisions that are about to be made. Eagles general manager Howie Roseman has always been known as aggressive, the type of executive who isn't afraid to shake things up to win now. But this offseason feels different. There's a shift in strategy. Rather than making headline-grabbing free agent signings, the focus seems to be on retaining and rewarding the talent already on the roster. At first glance, some fans might see this as standing pat, as a lack of boldness. But when you think about it, investing heavily in homegrown stars can be just as powerful, maybe even smarter, than chasing external targets. Now here's the real question for you. With so many critical players approaching free agency, who will the Eagles prioritize? And who might end up being the surprising piece they decide to let go? Insiders close to the team suggest that while every decision is loaded with complexity, there are a handful of players whose futures could define the franchise's trajectory. A.J. Brown, arguably the face of the passing game, has been at the center of speculation for the last 2 years. The chatter isn't just idle rumor. Brown's agent has reportedly reached out to gauge market interest, creating the kind of smoke that often precedes a real fire. Could A.J. Brown really be in a Philadelphia Eagles uniform in 2026? Experts who have spent years inside the organization aren't confident, and that's saying something. Losing a talent like him without an immediate, internal replacement would leave a huge void in the offense. But the Eagles have other pressing decisions too. Jaylen Phillips, a defensive cornerstone, is coming off a stellar season and now faces an enormous market in free agency. Would the Eagles pay $20 million or more per year to retain him? If the price climbs higher, they might be forced to lean more heavily on younger edge rushers like Nolan Smith or J.T. Hunt, who are showing rapid development. On the back end, safety Reed Blankenship has become an invaluable glue player in the secondary, a versatile presence who impacts the defense in more ways than the stat sheet shows. But his market value could skyrocket as teams look to replicate the Eagles' defensive system elsewhere. And this isn't even touching the bigger puzzle pieces. On offense, the team faces potential shakeups at wide receiver, offensive line, and tight end. If A.J. Brown leaves, the Eagles must find a replacement capable of matching his production, a near-impossible task. Meanwhile, the draft looms as a critical opportunity to add controlled, high-upside talent without breaking the bank. At pick 23, Philadelphia has the chance to address immediate needs while also planning for the long term. So, here's a question for all of you watching. If you were in Howie Roseman's shoes, would you prioritize retaining veterans or double down on drafting young talent? Let us know in the comments below. This is your question of the day. When you break down the draft, the focus is clearly leaning offensive first. The Eagles are under pressure to add cheap, effective talent to offset the contracts of high-priced defensive stalwarts like Jalen Carter, Quinton Mitchell, and Cooper DeJean. That means offensive linemen and wide receivers are top priorities, especially in the first round. Names like Caleb Lamu from Utah, Maxi Onekor, and Vega Yawan from Penn State are expected to be in the mix. All players who could make an immediate impact and fit the team's vision for the future. Wide receivers, in particular, are a fascinating case this year. While there isn't a Marvin Harrison Jr. or Jabber Chase projected to go top 10, the class is deep and versatile. There are big-bodied possession guys, explosive speedsters, inside route specialists, and outside threats. Essentially a buffet of talent ready for a team looking to restock its arsenal. Even in the second and third rounds, there are likely to be impact players who could step in immediately. Quarterback development is another intriguing angle. Tanner McKee enters the final year of his contract, and the Eagles could explore trading him if a favorable offer arrives. Meanwhile, developmental prospects like Drew Aller remain on the radar, offering potential upside as the team balances immediate needs with long-term planning. And let's not forget the coaching shakeup. Sean Manion's arrival as the offensive coordinator brings a fresh, energetic approach. Known for his intelligence and ability to connect with players, Manion is stepping into a first-time play-caller role, supported by Josh Kazard as pass-game coordinator. It's a volatile mix, and while the talent is undeniable, integrating a new scheme with a roster in flux will be a challenge. The running game, the offensive line, the wide receivers, the quarterbacks, every piece is interconnected. Injuries, contracts, draft picks, and free agent markets all collide to create an offseason that feels unpredictable, dramatic, and potentially transformational. The decisions made here could define the Eagles for years to come. Looking at the defense, the team faces critical extensions and free agent decisions. Retaining the likes of Jaylen Phillips or Reed Blankenship could cost tens of millions, but letting them walk could force reliance on younger, less proven players. It's a balancing act. Paying some players means you can't pay others. Every choice has consequences. A.J. Brown remains the most polarizing topic. Even insiders with deep connections to the organization admit they aren't confident he'll stay. Could the team adjust its offensive scheme to entice him back? Possibly. But the ongoing smoke around trade talks and contract discussions suggests uncertainty may prevail. Replacing him internally is difficult, if not impossible. Meanwhile, the draft could offer a lifeline. Offensive linemen like Caleb Lamu, Maxi Onekor, and Vega Yawan could provide immediate reinforcement. If the Eagles miss on top-tier prospects, the team may consider trading up or adjusting its plan. Every move has to be strategic to maintain competitiveness while managing the salary cap. Engagement question number 2. Which do you think the Eagles should target first in the draft? A top-tier offensive lineman or a game-changing wide receiver? Drop your answer in the comments, because this could shape the franchise's next 5 years. The depth at wide receiver is worth repeating. With multiple viable prospects across different skill sets, the Eagles have options whether or not A.J. Brown remains. Possession receivers, vertical threats, big-bodied targets. The team can tailor its pick to what fits the offensive vision, keeping the passing game dangerous even if changes occur. Quarterback considerations add another layer of complexity. Tanner McKee may be tradable, and bringing in a developmental backup like Drew Aller could provide insurance for a team aiming to contend immediately. It's a chess match of talent management, draft strategy, and financial prudence. Finally, the coaching dynamic. Sean Manion's fresh approach, combined with Josh Kazard's guidance, could redefine the offensive identity. New schemes for the offensive line, a new run game, and the integration of wide receivers and quarterbacks create uncertainty, but also potential for explosive growth. If key players remain healthy and contracts are managed smartly, the Eagles could emerge stronger than ever. The bottom line, this offseason is shaping up to be a pivotal moment in Eagles history. From A.J. Brown's uncertain future to Jaylen Phillips' contract, from draft strategy to coaching adjustments, every decision matters. The Eagles are at a crossroads, balancing immediate competitiveness with long-term sustainability. This is not a routine offseason. It's a defining one, full of risk, reward, and decisions that could echo for years. Fans, the drama is real, the stakes are high, and the story is just beginning. Philadelphia Eagles football is entering a chapter that will be dissected, debated, and celebrated for seasons to come.